Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Newport News, Virginia, home of the Apprentice School Builders, where this afternoon at the Builder Athletic Center, your Apprentice School Builders will take on the Giants of Keystone College. Once again, everyone, welcome in to this afternoon's contest. I am Howard McCain. I will be here to bring you the play-by-play action as it happens. Dave Davenport will serve as our engineer producer. And right now, you can see both teams at these the center field logo. The opening coin toss is about to take place. Both captains for each team have been announced. The coin flip is taking place as we speak. Beautiful day here in Newport News, Virginia, as it appears that the Builders have won the toss. We'll wait and see, will they defer to the second half? And that indication is coming up momentarily. But in the meantime, as we sort those things out,
Won the trial and elected to defer. Keystone will receive.
and as you can see, courtesy of today's referee, Pat Ryan, the Builders have won the coin toss and they will defer to the second half. Beautiful day here in Newport News for a football game. Weather-wise, folks, it's a very comfortable 68 degrees. Winds are out of the southwest at about 8 miles per hour. Humidity is relatively low, 44%. There is a zero chance of rain, and the field is in impeccable shape. So nice, fast turf. Why? Because both of these teams know how to score points. For the visiting team that is coming into this afternoon's contest from Keystone College, the Giants, led by their head coach, Hugh Kerwin, he comes into this afternoon's contest with an overall career record of 3-2. This is his first year at the helm for this Giants football program, taking over for the former coach Justin Higgins. Now, Coach Kerwin served as the special teams coordinator prior to coming on into the head coaching duties. So, again, this is his first season at the helm of the Giants. Giants come into this afternoon's contest again with a 3-2 record. Coach Vincent Brown, our Coach Vincent Brown, will come into this afternoon's contest with an overall record of 23-23. He is a native of Detroit, Michigan. Folks, this should be a really fun football game. Builders have been on a tear offensively, and the Giants come into this afternoon's game averaging 28 points a contest. Something has to give this afternoon between these teams as we are now underway. Kickoff taken by Jason Nami. He's able to get a nice return on the opening kickoff. Few extracurricular activities going on the field after he goes out of bounds. So the Giants will have really good starting field position on their opening drive of this afternoon's contest. These teams have only played each other one other time in history. That was back in 2019, right here in Newport News, where the Builders won that contest by a score of 48-7. Frankie LaShawn brings this offense, the Giant offense, onto the field for this opening series as they take a long look to the sideline to get the first play in this opening series. It's senior day here. We'll kind of let you know a little bit about each senior as the contest goes on, as the play clock is now at 7. LaShawn brings his offense to the line of scrimmage, single setback to his right. As LaShawn looks, can't find anyone, decides to tuck it and run. He does pick up positive yards on that opening carry. He's going to be brought down on the play by Dylan Goad, the 6 foot, 85-pound freshman linebacker who's starting this afternoon. Ethan Sadler to the left, or now to the right of Frankie LaShawn. I'm sorry, LaShawn, Frankie LaShawn. Tight end in motion. LaShawn looks, tries a wide receiver screen here on the near side. That is broken up beautifully by the secondary. That is Cameron Sexton. This 5'9", 170-pound freshman who's starting at corner this afternoon.
44. It's
That's going to bring up third down and looks like about a long two upcoming. 14:05 remaining in the first quarter again here on Senior Day this afternoon. As the Giants use up just about all of the play clock. Play clock is already down to 5 as they still take a long look to the sideline. LaShawn ready for the snap. 1-0, and I think they're going to take a timeout here, and they will, as they ran a risk of a 5-yard penalty here on third down. So as they take a break, we will take one. We will be back shortly here at Builder Athletic Field.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
Down and 2 here as LaShawn sends his tight end in motion. LaShawn looks to the outside, tries to get it to his wide receiver out in the right flat, but that pass is going to be broken up beautifully. Pass was intended for Devontae Hopkins, but the Builders force a 3-and-out on the first series. Fantastic way to start the afternoon here defensively again on Senior Day. Several seniors already honored prior to the kick of today's football game. TK Petty, Benny Nina, Nathan Jetlick, Chase Gaines, and Wilberto Sanchez. And we'll tell you a little bit more about each of these gentlemen as the afternoon goes on. Kick is high and deep, taken by the Builders at the 16-yard line. Builders with an opportunity, skirting the sideline. We may get a touchdown return here. Nobody's going to catch him. That is going to be a touchdown. He took it on the 16-yard line. That is an 84-yard punt return for a touchdown. Builders strike first off of a long 84-yard touchdown return for a touchdown by Baker Green, but a late flag is going to come out. Now, that may be after the touchdown was scored. So the officials are going to talk about that, and we will hear from our referee, Pat Ryan, in just a moment. Pat Ryan is finding out from the sideline, from the Keystone sideline, what they want to do with this penalty. So this will more than likely be assessed, I believe, on the kickoff. But let's hear from Pat here in a moment.
touchdown is good after the play. The unsportsmanlike conduct play number 2 on the defense. That penalty will be enforced on the kickoff.
So that penalty, that unsportsmanlike penalty, is going to be on Wilberto Sanchez. Again, he's a senior today, honored on Senior Day, but as you can hear, the touchdown does stand. Logan Eastman on to attempt the point after, the snap, the hold, the kick. All three are good. 13:42 remaining in the first quarter here at the Apprentice Athletic Center. The Builders are on top now, 7-0. Once again, beautiful day here in Newport News. So glad you could join us. Tell you what, while we have a moment or a break in the action, let me run down who our officials are for today. Our referee, who you've already heard from, is Pat Ryan. Our umpire is Shane Scott. Our head linesman is Austin Aguilera. Our line judge is Mike Lane. Our side judge today is going to be Alfonso Sample. Our field judge is Stephen Clayton. Our back judge today is Mike Brown. Our clock operator is Steve Brown. And the only official to run the 25-second clock in a $2,000 Tom Ford suit Claude Hines. Builders on top, 7-0 on senior day. So again, this is senior day. Once again, several of our seniors being honored today. Now, this is an out-of-conference game for the Builders, and we'll tell you a little bit about that because we're getting really late in the season, and some things are starting to really shake out here in the New South Athletic Conference, and we'll let you know a little bit about that and how that is going to affect the Builders. Is that kickoff is going to go out of bounds, man. So that is going to give the Giants excellent starting field position. I believe around about the 35-yard line is where they will start 1st and 10 on their second offensive series of the afternoon. So, of course, that unsportsmanlike conduct penalty was assessed on the kickoff, which means instead of kicking off from the
50-yard line.
30, the Builders kicked off from the 20, I believe. Okay, so I'm sorry. Instead of kicking off from the 35. Wow, so that pushes the Giants all the way out to midfield to start this next drive. Wow. All right, Builders got their hands full as LaShawn back in at quarterback. Sadler, fake, able to get it out to his wide out. That's Johan Hennigan. The 6-foot, 200-pound tight end. He's a freshman as we have a player slow to get up. That's Robert Hines, who plays right guard for the Giants. He will slowly make his way off the field. The 6'1", 260-pound junior right guard. So the offensive line for this Giant program comes in a little questionable. So the Builders want to try to see if they can exploit this offensive line to try to see if they can at least get in and affect probably one of their better players at quarterback. Again, that's Frankie LaShawn. He's 5'11", 185 pounds. He is a sophomore. That first play of this drive goes for about 8 yards. It's second down and about 2 upcoming as the receiver in motion. This is a jet sweep around the right side. He's going to pick up enough for the first down. Builders having a tough time bringing down the ball carrier here on the near side. That is Jason Nami. So Nami is going to pick up enough to move the sticks. Drive continues. Clock still rolling. Builders with a 7-0 lead. This is an offense for the Giants that comes into this afternoon's game, averaging somewhere around about 28 points per game. Their last time out. We'll give you that in just a moment as the Builders bring pressure. They force the quarterback out of the pocket, able to hit him. Football is out. Builders get on top of it here on senior day. Folks, that is a first turnover of the afternoon. Builders come away with their first turnover of the afternoon. Dylan Gold able to jump in on top of it. Right now, Hunt has not come off the field, and the offense is going to remain out on the playing surface. So it looks like the Builders are going to go for broke here. Builders looking for an opportunity to go up 2 scores here in the first quarter, thanks to an 84-yard punt return for a touchdown. And now the Builders are deep inside the red zone of the Giants. But first, the Builders are going to take a timeout. 8:35 remaining in the first quarter here on senior day. As again, several seniors were honored prior to this afternoon's contest. One of them, of course, is Benny Nina. Now, Benny Nina plays linebacker. He is coming into this afternoon's game not quite 100%, but he did start the game. Now, over his career here with the Builders, Benny Nina racked up about 104 tackles, 13.5 tackles for loss. He even pulled down 3 interceptions, but man, oh man, he has been a tackling machine in his time in the Builder program. So congratulations to Benny Nina, one of our seniors that was honored today on Senior Day here at the Apprentice Athletic Center. We're coming to you live from the Jimmy Wilson press box. Again, Howard McCain, along with Dave Davenport. So the Builders decide to not go for it on fourth down, but instead they bring on Logan Eastman for a short 19-yard field goal. If he's able to convert, that'll put the Builders up by 2 scores. And we're only about midway through the first quarter as that kick is up and good for Logan Eastman and the Builders now with a 10-0 lead over the Keystone College Giants here this afternoon on Senior Day. Builders with a golden opportunity where if they win here, we'll be back here next week because, listen, a lot happened between now and the last time you guys actually got a chance to spend some time with us. Now, the last time we were here together, the Builders defeated SC Central Christian by a score of 59-0. Builders then went on the road at Methodist in Fayetteville, North Carolina, where the Builders fell by 1 point, 20-19 in that contest. The following week, the Builders were set to take on Southern Georgia Institute, but that game was actually forfeited. So the Builders won that one by a score of 1-0. After that, the Builders went back on the road to Georgia where they played Lighthouse Christian. And man, oh man, the Builders played like a team possessed offensively. They beat Lighthouse Christian by a score of 60-33. So something has been woken up on this Builder offense, a sleeping giant. So let's see if that sleeping giant continues to stomp as that kickoff return is taken upfield by Jason Nami. So the Giants will start their second drive of the afternoon at their own 30-yard line as Frankie LaShawn once again back in at quarterback. Single setback out there with him is going to be Ethan Sandler. Looks like Robert Haynes, their right guard that limped off the field a couple of plays ago, is back out there. So all their starters on the offensive line are back as this give is to Sadler. Sadler able to find a small crease. He was able to get upfield. He picked up about 2 yards on the play, so it's going to bring up second down and 8 upcoming for the Giants as the clock continues to tick. We're now at a shade over 8 minutes remaining in the first quarter.
The play brings up 2nd and 7.
Giants offense, wow, boy, they take a really long look to the sideline to get the play as the the tight end makes his way back into the formation. Quarterback looks downfield. He has a guy, has a step on the defense, but that pass is going to be caught. The official says that was a catch.
Recent pass is complete for number 8, Jason Nami.
Jason Nami with the reception on the far side. Of course, from the press box vantage point, it looked like that was tracking out of bounds, but instead, beautiful pitch and catch there by the Giants offensively to push themselves. This is their deepest penetration into Builder territory this afternoon as they trail now 10-0 off of the heels of an 84-yard punt return by Baker Green and a 19-yard field goal from Logan Eastman. Here's Sadler with the give up the middle. Close to nothing there. He got back to the original line of scrimmage. So to be upcoming 2nd down and 10. Benny Nina was able to stick his nose in there. Benny Nina with the cleats that are just, those cleats are hot.
No gain on the play brings up 2nd and 10.
Now, the Giants head coach, Hugh Kerwin, does serve as their offensive coordinator as the play clock now is at 5. Sadler to the left. Pass out into the left flat. No one was there. I think he may have been targeting his tight end, Hennigan. He was the closest one, but Hennigan wasn't quite out of his break before LaShawn threw the pass to the left flat, so that's going to be incomplete. So that's now going to make it 3rd and 10. So for the Builders defensively, this should make playing defense a whole lot easier. This is an obvious passing down. And so far in the first quarter, the Giants have not been able to establish their run game just yet. Receiver in motion is Hennigan. Sadler out of the backfield. Play is going to be whistled dead. There's going to be a flag on the play. May have been 2 players moving at once.
The throw snap, we have false start, number 53 in the offense. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
Okay, instead of illegal procedure, it's going to be a false start on Robert Haynes. So that'll back him up 5 yards. It'll make it now 3rd down and 15. So what can our defensive coordinator, Paul Massey, dial up for the defense on 3rd and 15? If you're the Builders, you want to keep everything in front of you. Right now, the Builders with a single high safety look. As the play clock continues to tick down, we have a stoppage. The officials stop the clock. I see the referee one of the officials is pointing to something off of the field. I'm not really sure what it is. But whatever that is, it's caused a stoppage in play. I'm not sure if there's something overhead or... And that was my first initial thought was, did someone launch a drone? I'm not really sure, but one of the officials caught that. So they're going to reset the play clock. So the discussion in the press box here with me is the same thing, that I think when the officials spotted a drone overhead, and of course that is not allowed. So we're back to play now, 3rd and 15 for the Giants. Quarterback able to scoop up the snap, able to pick up quite a bit of the yardage needed to pick up a 1st down. So now that's actually going to give, he picked up about 12 of the needed 15 for a 1st down. So that's going to make it 4th down and really, to be honest with you, manageable for Hugh Kerwin and the Giant offense. So they're not bringing their special teams unit on to try a field goal. If they were trying to field goal from here, that'll be about a 42-yarder. So instead, Frankie LaShawn is going to stay out there with the offense. 3 wide receivers set, single set back next to LaShawn. LaShawn looks, delivers, fires, finds his wide receiver, and that's going to be enough for a 1st down. That's going to be Johan Hennigan from the tight end position, who so far has been one of the go-to receivers for LaShawn. And that's going to give the Giants a 1st down. They are now inside the red zone of the Builders. Ball now on the Builder. Looks like 18-yard line. Builders start to cheat up to the line of scrimmage. Put pressure on the quarterback. Nice job of putting pressure right in the face of the quarterback defensively. Intended for number 88, Quentin Barclay. That's Dylan Goad, who was able to put pressure on the quarterback. Now, I know a lot of times on the stat sheet, it looks so nice for a defense to actually register a lot of interceptions and a lot of sacks. But, ladies and gentlemen, playing quarterback is hard. And if you're able to put pressure right in the face of a quarterback and affect the throw, ladies and gentlemen, that works just as well for your defense as a sack. And Dylan Goad and the Builder defense has been able to put pressure on the quarterback. This time the quarterback delivers downfield. And wait a minute, that's a touchdown? Wow.
Reese's pass is complete to Johan.
LaShawn was throwing off of his back foot, all types of pressure in his face.
Into the
He
end
literally threw up a punt into the end zone, and his receiver was able to come down with it. Johan Hennigan from the tight end position, the 6 foot, 200-pound freshman, goes up between two Builder defenders and brings in the touchdown. So that's an 18-yard touchdown pass from LaShawn to Hennigan with a point after pending. And the point after is up, and it is good. 4:47 remaining in the first quarter. A long fourth quarter here on Senior Day. Builders lead by a score of 10-7. We'll be back.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next.
Jeremiah Ortiz on
10-7 now our score. Thanks to an 18-yard touchdown pass from LaShawn to Hennigan. The point after was good for the Giants as the Builders take the kickoff.
Alvin Hicks on the return.
Hicks is able to get the Builders out past the 30-yard line. Looks like he was taken down around about the 33-yard line. And that's where the Builders will take over on their next possession. Last time out, Builders were able to drive downfield and able to get a 19-yard field goal from Logan Eastman. Builders haven't had to punt so far. They've only had 2 possessions in the game. Well, if you want to count the 84-yard punt return for a touchdown as a possession, then they've only had 2 possessions in the ball game, but they both have been scoring opportunities. So let's see what Kendall Hunt and the offense can do on this second offensive possession. As receiver Townsend goes in motion, Hunt looks, pass Petty behind the defense. Petty able to pull it in. Petty, can he outwit the last defender? He can. He breaks a tackle. Touchdown, Builders. That is a 77-yard touchdown reception for TK Petty. One of our seniors honored this afternoon here on Senior Day continues to add to his lore here with the Builders, as I believe a late flag was thrown after the touchdown. As you can hear TK's mom yelling, yeah, that's my baby. Wow. Once again, Bill.
After the play, we had unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on the offense 6 and 18. It's their first first unsportsmanlike conduct penalty for each. 15-yard penalty will be on the kickoff.
I thought I heard him say on 18. If he did, then that's on Isaiah Townsend. So that is his first unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Of course, if you get 2, then you are disqualified from the football game as Logan Eastman puts his toe into the leather, and we're going to have a stoppage in play. Now, there's going to be flags all over the place. I think that may be on the defense. If they didn't have 12 players, they were definitely offsides. So we'll find out from Pat Ryan. So as we discussed here in the press box, 13 players were potentially on the field. So they'll find out from Coach Vincent Brown what he would like to do with this penalty. Let's hear from Pat Ryan.
substitution, 12 men on the defense. That penalty is declined. Apprentice is elected to take the point in lieu of half the distance to the goal and replaying the try.
All right, so you heard from Pat Ryan, our referee. That penalty will be declined. The Builders will allow the point after attempt to stay on the board. And just like that, the Builders reclaim that touchdown that they gave up to the Giants. Builders now lead 17-7 over the Giants. Now, wait a minute. Did Logan Eastman, he did convert. Okay, he did convert. So 17-7 is our score. Builders will now kick off from the 25-yard line. Jason Nami is back to receive along with Anthony Mays as the officials get themselves into position. Logan Eastman will be kicking this football back to the Giants, where the Giants will look to try to avenge that long 77-yard touchdown pass from Hunt to TK Petty on Senior Day. And if you are a senior, man, what a gift on Senior Day from the wide receiver position for TK Petty.
Terry and Nami back deep for
Long kickoff taken by Nami. Nami over the left side. He's able to get just outside his own 25-yard line. Looks like he's going to be tackled down somewhere around about the 26 or 27-yard line of the Giants. And that's where LaShawn will bring the offense back onto the field.
Number 30, Campbell Clark, and number 3, Jay-Sean Miller.
Builders defensively have done a great job of bottling up the Giant run game. Right now, the Giants, and we'll check the stats, I believe they have less than 10 yards rushing total so far. Ethan Sadler is their running back. He's to the right of LaShawn. 4 wide receiver set, 3 to his left, 1 to his right. As he goes to the left, that pass was picked off. Picked off by the Builder defense, and that could be for a touchdown. Is it? They look, touchdown! Builders, what is going on this football field? That's going to go somewhere around about a 30-yard interception return for a touchdown by Jabari Anderson. The 6'1", 190-pound freshman defensive back. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're a defensive back, that play could not have been set up more beautifully. It was just a hook route that was ran by the outside receiver. Jabari just sat on it, watched the quarterback's eyes, jumped into the passing lane, and able to take it in for a touchdown. That, I believe, that is going to cover 30-plus yards on that interception return for a touchdown. That point after is up and good for Logan Eastman, and the Bills have extended their lead now to 24-17. We'll be back.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university.
24-7, Builders just extended their lead thanks to a 29-yard interception return for a touchdown by Jabari Anderson. Kickoff goes back now to the Giants. It'll make its way into the end zone.
Into the end zone for a touchback. Keystone will start 1st and 10
Builders now in control here on senior day. A beautiful day once again here in Newport News, Virginia. It is always an absolute pleasure to have each and every one of you with us. Builders looking to go above 500. They come into this afternoon's contest with an overall record of 3-3, looking to go above 500. If they're able to hold on to this lead that they've taken over the Giants from Keystone College, they won by an average of 24 points over their opponent. So they can light up the scoreboard. Builders just doing such an amazing job on defense. As that pass by LaShawn is actually, we could have caught that here in the press box. So that one will go incomplete, and that'll bring up 4th down and 10. So the Builders will get the football back. And after you have a scoring drive, man, offensively, this is exactly what you want from your defense. After a scoring drive, go out there, get them 3 and out, and get the ball back to a hot offense. So the Builders should be set up with good field position. Once this football is punted away, Jeremiah Ortiz set to kick. Baker Green set to receive. Ortiz, short kick. That one actually hit a Giant.
Punches down on the Builder 48-yard line. There's a flag on the play.
So the penalty is going to go against the Giants. So depending on what this call is, that will push the football into plus territory.
We had kick catching interference on the kicking team. The 15-yard penalty being forced from the flag. 1st down apprentice.
So once this penalty yardage is marked off, that's going to push the football all the way into plus territory down to the Giant 40-yard line for Kendall Hunt and this offense, who so far have been red hot. The Builders have not punted so far in this game, and believe it or not, this has been a really long first quarter, and we still have 3:55 remaining in the quarter. As Hunt moves the offense around, he fakes the give, decides to keep going around left end. He's able to pick up plus yardage. He's going to go out of bounds after picking up, looks like about 6 yards on that carry.
Steps out of bounds on the 33-yard line. Pickup of 7 on the play brings up 2nd and 3.
We'll check and see, but I believe so far, Kendall Hunt has got to be somewhere around 30 to 40 yards rushing here in the first quarter. Remember, in their opening drive, he had a couple of long runs in that drive. I remember it was 1 of 11, and he had another one for 13. And he did have another carry that got him inside the 5-yard line. But this time he does give, and the Builders are going to be caught in the backfield. So the Builders will be dropped for a loss on the play. That was Kobe Messi with the carry.
Tackled in the backfield by number 2, Jasir Williams, and number 56.
So he's going to be dropped for a loss. Kobe Messi is going to be dropped for a loss. So it's now going to make it 3rd and about 6 upcoming for Kendall Hunt and the offense, as the Builders go with 5 wide receivers, 3 to the right of Kendall, 2 to the left. This may be a run by Hunt. Hunt looks, doesn't set his feet, decides to go upfield and try to get what he can on 3rd down. It's not going to be enough for a first. Looks like he only picked up maybe 2 yards on 3rd down, so that'll bring up 4th and about 4 upcoming. The offense, and that's going to be a 1st down. Football is going to make its way into plus territory. That is a completion to LaShawn Nami, who was slow to get up off of the turf. He's up and limping as he slowly makes his way to the sideline. Between himself and Hennigan, they've pretty much been the 2 most productive receivers this afternoon in the offense. He was taken down at the Builder 45-yard line with now 30 seconds remaining. So the Giants cannot the Giants cannot just sit on the football until the end of the quarter. They have to snap it. Play clock is at 5. The give is to Sadler. Sadler able to find a crease, and he's able to get upfield. Looks like he picked up looks like close to 6 yards on that carry. And that play will be the final play of the first quarter here on Senior Day at the Apprentice Athletic Center. After 1 quarter of play here, the Builders lead 24-7 over the Giants of Keystone College. Again, they hail from LaPlume, Pennsylvania. Their head coach, Hugh Kerwin, again, is in his first year at the helm of this program. Now, for the Builders, the Builders play in the New South Athletic Conference. Now, the New South Athletic Conference isn't brand new, but them having a conference, the conference having football is brand new. Now, the division, the conference is split into 2 divisions, the North and the South Division. The Builders are in the North Division, where they share the division with Clayton State, Barber Scotia, and SC Central Christian. Now, the Builders have already defeated SC Central Christian. So the Builders are currently undefeated in conference play. They're defeated in conference play along with Clayton State. Clayton State is also 2-0 in conference play. So if the Builders are able to beat Barber Scotia, get there. Pass falls incomplete for Keystone, so that will bring up 2nd and about 8 for the Giants. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, actually, was going to bring up 3rd down, but sorry, we were away. Technical difficulties, but we seem to have things back up and going. While you were away, Keystone was able to go on a scoring drive that ended with a 4-yard pass from LaShawn to, if I remember correctly, that was Jason Nami. Point after was good, and score is now 24-14. Builders just turned the football over thanks to a Hunt interception. Personal foul penalty at the end of the play, push the football into Builder territory to their 40-yard line, and that's where this drive started for the Giants. So a penalty on the Giants is going to push the football back outside the 40-yard line to the Builder 43-yard line, which will make it now 3rd down and about 14 upcoming for the Giant offense. 9:03 remaining in the first half as the single setback next to LaShawn. LaShawn is flush out of the pocket, finds his favorite target on the afternoon, Jason Nami. He's knocked down, I believe, just shy of the first down marker. So that's going to make it now 4th down and short. Looks like about a yard. So it's going to be about 4th down and 1 upcoming. Offense looks like it is staying on the field. Benny Nina screaming at the sideline for the Builders. Not really sure what that was about, but here we go. 4th down. Builders need a stop. LaShawn gives. And I believe the back is going to pick up just enough for 1st down. That'll keep the clock rolling. That's Zamir Poteet. So, again, that will be enough for 1st down. The clock will continue to roll. Well, actually, they stopped. The clock has stopped, actually. So, Pat Ryan has signaled 1st down. So the drive for the Giants will continue. With just now under 8 minutes remaining in the first half here on Senior Day, as several seniors once again were honored prior to the beginning of this afternoon's contest. Another one is T.K. Petty, who already has a 77-yard touchdown reception on his stat sheet, as this pass goes out into the right flat again to Jason Nami. And he's able to pick up a nice chunk of yardage on first down. Was it enough for another first down? It sort of looks like it is. Okay, so they're going to mark him short of the sticks. So does it make it now second down? It looks like about 3, long 3 at that. As the Giant offense shows a 3 wide receiver set. They play a lot of 21 personnel on offense as the fake goes to the back, and he is going to be tripped up. The quarterback, I think that was a quarterback design run, but a great job by the defense to trip the quarterback up before he could really get going was Caleb Davidson, the 5'11", 185-pound freshman linebacker, able to get it. I think they called that a shoestring tackle on Frankie LaShawn. This is going to bring up third down. LaShawn able to get back to the original line of scrimmage. No gain on second down. So third down and about a long 3 upcoming. Play clock is at 15. Zamir Poteet and Jason Nami to the left and right of LaShawn. This is Nami. Nami able to get the edge, and he's going to get upfield and get more than enough to pick up a first down. Pushed out of bounds on the far side. That does not stop the clock. The clock continues to tick. So if he was able to get inside the 10-yard line, which it looks like he did, this is going to be first and goal upcoming. Giants looking to cut this 2-possession lead to 1 possession if they're able to convert here. So they're in field goal range for Jeremiah Ortiz. If they don't pick up another yard, this would be about a 26-yard touchdown. 26-yard field goal. But instead, we're going to get a timeout. Timeout taken by Hugh Kerwin. And I think that will leave them with 2 remaining in the first half. 5:45. They haven't taken the timeout off the board. It just came off. There's not going to be 1 timeout remaining for the Giants. Builders have 2. So it's going to be first and goal. Tell you what, let's step away. We'll take a break. We'll be back.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use.
24-14, first down and goal for Keystone. As the give goes to the back, that's Zamir Poteet. Trying to see where the football is spotted. I don't see it quite yet. I think there's no gain on the play as a helmet was on the ground. I think that was Poteet. It's always wise to check that whenever a helmet comes off, you always want to look inside that helmet to see if there's a head inside of it. Thankfully for Poteet, it wasn't. So Poteet will go off. Sadler will come back in. As LaShawn delivers into the end zone, looks for his man, and that's going to be another touchdown reception. That is Hennigan Flags come out immediately, but that will be more than likely after the touchdown. So the touchdown more than likely is going to stand. This will probably be a unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. But as it goes, once they announce it, the score is going to remain 24-20, Builders over the Giants. Here's Pat Ryan. So that's Johan, or I'm sorry, that's Johan Hennigan. I believe that is his second touchdown reception of the afternoon. And if this Jeremiah Ortiz point after is good, and it is, our new score here, Builders 24, Giants 21. We will step away, 5:07 remaining. We'll be back.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
$5:07 remaining in the first half here at the Apprentice Athletic Center. Here in Newport News, Virginia, beautiful afternoon for football. A lot of points scored here in the first half, 45 total points in the game. So if you bet the over in this football game, then, ladies and gentlemen, you've just won money as Ortiz kick comes down to Hicks. Hicks looking for a seam, and he finds it. Hicks needs another block. Can he outrun the coverage? Just one block to beat, but, ladies and gentlemen, at the 20-yard line is a flag. Now, I don't think that'll be on the Builders. I believe that will be on the Giants offsides on the kickoff. So they're going to add another 5 yards to the end of this run, but I'll let Pat Ryan tell you that officially. So that sets the Builders up with their best field position to start a drive of the first half, and the Builders can use it off of that interception that was thrown by Hunt on their last offensive series. So the Builders will take the field 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line of the Giants. Single set back next to Hunt is Messi. Hunt looks, tries to get it out to Messi on a wheel route. Messi able to bring in the tough catch on the near side, inside the 15-yard line. Short gain on the play of about 5 yards. So the Builders have an opportunity to pick up a first down without scoring. So Builders, 4 wide receiver set. Messi to the right of Hunt. Double high safeties for the defense. And Isaiah Townsend tried to run with the football before he caught it. Oh, my goodness. If he could have that one back. If he could just have that one back. So you need Townsend to just have selective memory, flush that play. It's okay. Still a whole lot of football left to be played. Builders can still pick up a first down without scoring, as the senior T.K. Petty is in the slot. Green in motion. He looks. Fine, has a receiver wide open, but he misses. Pass just a little far out in front of the intended wide receiver for the Builders, and he was wide open. That was Kyle Musselman. So the Builders will not squander this scoring opportunity. They will try to get points on the board. Logan Eastman This will be a 26-yard field goal attempt with the play clock now at 10. Builders not ready to quite make this kick yet, so the Builders may have to take a time. The Builders will have to take a timeout here. Play clock is at 1. Builders will. Did they call a timeout? And they did. So the Builders had 2 timeouts to use in this last 4.5 minutes. They take one, and we will take one with them. 24-21 Builders. Logan Eastman on to attempt a 27-yard field goal. Nope, a 26-yard field goal. 4:29 remaining. If he's able to convert, that'll put the Builders up 27-21 as the snap, the hold, the kick hits the crossbar and comes back into the field of play. No good on the short 26-yard field goal. So the Builders will turn the football over to the Giants, not at the line of scrimmage, but the new line of scrimmage will be right where Eason kicked the football. So that'll put the football down at the 20-yard line. So that's where Frankie LaShone and the offense will pick back up. Right now, the Giants in the first half with only 60 yards rushing, Builders with 42, as the receiver in motion is Nami. Over the middle, LaShone able to find his right receiver. I think that's Nkosi Perry, the 6'1", 190-pound junior. That's his first reception of the afternoon. And that will keep the sticks moving. The clock continues to tick. And the Giants looking for an opportunity to either try to tie this football game up or take the lead as we get closer to halftime here on Senior Day. LaShone with the fake. Able to get it out to Nami again, and Nami able to get upfield. Got over the 40-yard line. It looks like he went out of bounds somewhere around about the 43, 42-yard line of the Giants. So all of a sudden the Giants able to move the ball with a lot of ease here as we exited the first quarter and started the second quarter of this afternoon's game. Primarily through the air is how they've been able to move the football as the Builders try to stop the offense on this second down play. They're unable to do so. That's going to be another first down for the Giants. That's Petit with the carry. That carry takes the football into plus territory for the Giants, as there is now a collective hush over this football field as the Builder defense tries to just come up with at least one stop of this offense for the Giants. LaShone flushed out of the pocket, continues to keep his eyes downfield, delivers across the middle to his right receiver, Hennigan. And Hennigan on that catch is going to pick up enough for a first down. Now, they list him as a tight end. He's listed as a tight end. Hennigan is listed as a tight end, but he lines up a lot in the slot. So he doesn't spend a whole lot of time near the front line. So single setback in the backfield is Sadler next to LaShawn. Builders jump offside. Flag comes out, free play. That pass is going to go way out of bounds into the hedges that are on either side of the football field here at the Apprentice Athletic Center. So Pat Ryan is going to give us the official call on this flag. That offsides penalty is going to go. I believe that was Benny Nina who jumped into the neutral zone. Nope, that was not Benny Nina. I apologize to his family if they're listening. That was Wilberto Sanchez, one of the seniors that was honored here today, who over his career has 29 tackles, 2 sacks, and 7 tackles for loss. He's from Newport News, Virginia, so congratulations to Wilberto Sanchez on a very productive career here with the Builder football program as LaShawn gives up the middle, right into the teeth of the defense. Still able to pick up about 3 yards, I believe, on the run. And looks like the Giants are going to call a timeout, 1:56. I'm sorry, it's a 2-minute timeout. Builders trying to hold to this 3-point lead, 24-21 over the visiting Giants of Keystone, and we'll step away with them. We'll be right back.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge.
1:56 remaining in the first half of this afternoon's football game, senior day here at the Apprentice Athletic Center. As LaShawn in the offense tries to get the football downfield, I believe that is going to be caught. If he did not go out of bounds, that is going to be a catch by Nami. What a nice adjustment on a terribly thrown football from LaShawn. He was still able to actually make his way back to the football, stay in bounds, and still make the play. He has been incredible from the wide receiver position for the Giants in the first half of this football game. So far, 266 yards of offense in the first half from the Giants. As that pass goes into the end zone, goes right through the hands of Nami, and that's going to fall incomplete, and Nami is still down. And trust me, ladies and gentlemen, I've had enough chats with guys that have played football. If a player gets hurt and they immediately take that helmet off, man, they are really, really in a lot of pain. So the trainers will take a look at Nami.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
Nami is able to make it up onto his feet and off the field of play under his own power. We're about a minute and a half from halftime, so there's a possibility he may just rest up and we may see him in the second half. But right now, he's 9 for 129 on the stat sheet. I did start him in my fantasy league, so I'm doing pretty good there. LaShawn, Watt tight end in motion. Pitch goes to Sadler. Sadler is tracked down in the backfield by Wilberto Sanchez. Nope. Yep, that is Wilberto Sanchez, the senior. Again, from right here in Newport News, Virginia. He was honored prior to the start of today's game here on Senior Day with that tackle. I believe that was a tackle for loss. So the clock continues to tick, just a shade over a minute remaining as the Builders try to hold the Giants out of the end zone. LaShawn, flush, and he's going to be stopped just shy of the 5-yard line. So that's going to bring up 4th and goal. And all day long, Coach Kerwin has been extremely aggressive with his offense. So they aren't going to try to settle for a field goal to try to tie things up with just under, looks like we're just around about 35 seconds remaining. I believe he's going to take a timeout. So he's going to use his final timeout of the half. I'm sorry, I take that back. Coach Vincent Brown is going to use his last timeout of the game, and that is a smart timeout, especially for his defense. This is 4th down. They have an opportunity to force a turnover of downs if they're able to stop the Giants on 4th down. Builders holding, and I mean clinging to a 3-point lead in this football game as we've seen the Giants right the ship offensively. They struggled early on in the contest. Builders jumped out to a quick and early lead, but Coach Hugh Kerwin in his first season as head coach of the Giants has done a really good job with his offense, and he has them on the doorstep of going up in this game prior to the halftime break. Good timeout taken there by Coach Vincent Brown to just really give the defense an opportunity to catch his breath and get their feet underneath them, because this is a pretty big play. If the Builders are able to hold, remember the Builders won the coin toss and they deferred to the second half, so they will get the football coming out of the halftime locker room. So LaShawn, flank to his left is Sadler, 4 wide receiver set. His favorite target is Nami. Here's Nami. Pass picked off. That one is going to go for a touchdown. If it is, that is Jabari Anderson. Jabari Anderson will score his second interception for a return touchdown for the Builders. What a play. Wow. That is going to go down as a 93-yard interception return for a touchdown. Jabari Anderson. That is not one, but that's 2 interception returns for a touchdown in this football game. The first one was for 29. This one, 93. And all of the momentum, ladies and gentlemen, have changed from one side of the field to the other one in just that one play. What an effort by Anderson to anticipate that he was going to Nami, and we all knew it, as that point after is up, and it is good. That will be offsides. That'll be offsides on the Giants. That will be declined. And the point after will stay on the board. We'll get the call here from Pat Ryan. So the Builders, with that point after, their lead is now 31-21, 26 seconds. remaining in the first half of this game. Wow, I'll tell you what, we'll step away. We'll be right back.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction
31-21, Builders up on senior day here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center. What a fantastic defensive play from Jabari Anderson. He is having himself a half of football. Builders kick it away. Kickoff returner is Nami. He is finally chased out of bounds, just shy of the 30-yard line. 20 seconds remaining in the first half. So let's see how aggressive the Giant offense decides to be with 20 seconds left in the first half. Remember, the Builders won the coin toss, and so that is going to be an offsides penalty on the Builders. They will tack that 5 yards on to the end of the run. So I'm pretty sure we all fully expect Coach Hugh Kerwin and his offense to be very, very aggressive with this last 20 seconds on the clock. Now, if that was a short kickoff return, then you will probably think that they would just run something safe and get out of the half. But I think they're going to be aggressive here on defense. So the Builders go with two. Nope, they only go with one single safety up high as that ball pass goes out to the flat to one of their big tight ends. I think that's maybe his first catch of the day. That's Quentin Barclay. He's 6'3", 210 pounds. Clock stopped with nope, the clock isn't going to stop. Now, if that is correct, that's the end of the first half, right? Well, I saw Frankie LaShawn look at the Okay, so Keystone calls a timeout with 1 second left on the clock. So the Builders will take one timeout into the locker room. The Giants will have used all of theirs. Again, only 1 second remaining, so this is just one play. So maybe they want to try a hook and ladder type of play. I'm not really sure what we're going to do here. Because if you're trying to launch this into the end zone, you're going to have one heck of an arm because you're going to have to throw this football about 61 yards to get it to the goal line. So maybe they'll try to get something short with the receiver going upfield and see can't he create an opportunity once the football is in his hand. So the Builders are going to play prevent. Builders are only going to rush 3. They're going to drop 8. You have 4 guys lined up across about the 35-yard line. Here's LaShawn. He's going to give to Sadler. Sadler is going to pick up a nice gain. Wait a minute. Something looked like something was going, but that's going to be snuffed out. So Sadler is going to be brought down at the Builder 34-yard line. Tackled there by, that's a new player into the game. That's Austin Moore. So Austin Moore with the final tackle of the half. So the Builders will take a 10-point lead into the halftime locker room. Builders will receive the kickoff to start the second half here on senior day. Tell you what, we're going to step away. We'll refresh ourselves. We'll give you an opportunity to do the same thing as well. We'll be back with first half stats and second half action. Don't go anywhere.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans, Thanks to them, we all have our freedom and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina and I work for HII.
The thing that sets Whirlies apart is that our people here truly care. They're here because they love their jobs and they want to learn more.
What I like about Whirlies is the people, the team I work with every day.
My favorite thing about working at Whirlies is that it's more like a family. I mean, it is work, but it's not.
They actually treat me like a person and not a number. And this is the first company where I really feel like I belong.
Here at Whirlies, it's a great atmosphere. They really care about the customers, really care about the employees. We do whatever we got to do to make the job right.
Like the team, everybody's a team player. All about doing the right thing for the customer, taking pride in your work. It's just overall a great company to work for.
You know, we really do have an awesome set of guys. It's kind of cool. We got a great team. We have fun together, from my plumbers to my air conditioning guys to my crawl space guys. Everybody works together as a team. They're just phenomenal.
We have training programs. We like it when people come in, they don't really know what they want to do, and we're able to help them find a trade and do things such as like a paid-for apprenticeship programs for HVAC, plumbing, electrical. We've sent people as far as Texas to also doing them here locally. We just truly like to see our people grow and succeed and get to the next step of their career. We want people here who truly aspire to be the best in their fields.
The USCAA provides our program exactly what they say, a chance for small colleges to compete. It's leveling the playing field for everybody.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
The Apprentice Athletics Booster Club membership is now open for the 2024-2025 season. You can choose a general membership to support all Apprentice athletics, or you can designate one specific sport to support. Membership is good for the entire 2024-2025 athletic year, regardless of which decision you make. Scan the QR code or visit gobuilders.com to get your membership today.
31-21 is your halftime score here at the Apprentice Athletic Center. It's senior day here in Newport News as several of our seniors for the Builders have been honored. Seniors like Benny Nina, Wilberto Sanchez, Chase Gaines, TK Petty, and Nathan Jedlick. Another thing that the Builders can also celebrate is the way they play defense and special teams in the first half. Builders able to convert 2 interceptions into long touchdown conversions by way of one Mr. Jabari Anderson. Jabari Anderson has taken 2 interceptions into the end zone for touchdowns, one on a 29-yard interception return for a touchdown, and another a 93-yard interception return for a touchdown. Even on special teams, the Builders were able to get some things going as Baker Green took a punt back 84 yards for a touchdown. And the Builders, off the strength of their special teams and defense, are now holding onto a 10-point lead. Builders won the toss in the first half. They deferred to the second half, so they will receive the opening kickoff to start this last 30 minutes of football here on Senior Day here in Newport News, Virginia. We'll go over some of the stats here in just a moment as Jeremiah Ortiz is set to kick the football off, and the second half of today's football game is underway here on Senior Day as the Builders get a pretty good return as that was Bradley Hebb on the return. So the Builders will start this next drive at about the 38-yard line, their own 38-yard line, but there is a player down. So as the staff tend to them, we'll kind of go over some of the stats from the first half. Now, of course, the Builders hold on to that, holding to a 10-point lead. First downs, Builders with only 5 total first downs in that first half to go with 17 first downs in the second half for the Giants. Giants, 21 carries, 108 total yards. Builders, 8 carries, 42. Kendall Hunt was 6 of 10 for 110 yards and 1 interception, while his counterpart Frankie LaShawn went 16 of 29 for 201 yards, gave up 2 interceptions, both of which will return for touchdowns in that first half. This is the stat that is probably the most telling. Builders ran 18 plays for 152 yards in the first half. Listen to this, folks. The Giants ran 50 plays for 309 yards in the first half. That is a blistering pace. If they continue that pace, when this game is over, they will have run around 100 plays. I don't care what defense you play against. When you put that many plays on a defense, they start to tire when it starts to get into the fourth quarter. So we will see if the Builders can go on some long scoring drives here in the second half to keep their defense off of the field. Builders only gave up 21 points in that first half despite being on the field for 50 plays. Here's Kendall Hunt at quarterback. Kendall flushed, decides to keep it. Able to get upfield, found the seam in the defense, and he's able to surge ahead for about 11 on that run. And that'll give the Builders a first down. Football now in plus territory. So again, this is the Keystone College football team that hails out of La Plume, Pennsylvania. Only the second time these teams have met. Builders won the only other contest 48-7. That was back in 2019, and that game took place right here in Newport News, Virginia, as Kendall Hunt with the give. Builders able to pick up about maybe 3 yards, close to 4 yards on that carry, as Montgomery able to pick up yardage. So it'll be second down, 7. Clock continue to run. This is the first drive out of the halftime locker room for either team. Builders with a 4 wide receiver set. Montgomery, the single setback. Hunt floats one, and that one nearly picked off. That was almost picked off by Nick DeFrancesco. I'll get it. Nick DeFrancesco had it in his hands, but another one of his defenders came over. He had the same idea to try to intercept it, and they knocked the football out of each other's hands. So that would just go for as an incomplete pass. Hunt has already thrown one interception in the football game. Third down and long. Here's Hunt. Hunt pressured. Hunt flushed. Decides to keep it and run it. He's not going to pick up enough for a first down. He is going to pick up yardage on that down. So the Builders will have to punt and just play defense. There's an opportunity for them to try to punt and pin. Try to pin the Giants deep. As Logan Eastman will make his way onto the field. Going back to receive is Isaiah Terry. So if Eastman is somehow able to directional kick this one, nope, Builders decide to fake. Eastman tries to find someone. He launches it downfield, and actually that is a good play. But look, there's a flag on the play all the way over on the far side of the field. So could this be holding? If that is holding, that's 5 yards and an automatic first down for the Builders.
And eligible downfield receiver on the offense. The penalty is declined. Keystone's 1st and 10.
So the trick play does not.
The ball should have been at the hash mark last time, too.
A man downfield. So that will be a turnover on downs. So that will give the Giants really good starting field position for an offense that went into the locker room red hot with their quarterback, Frankie LaShawn. LaShawn with setbacks to his left and to his right, gives to Sadler. Sadler able to bounce it outside. Picked up about 5 yards on the play. Looks like they're going to probably put the football down somewhere around the Builder 49-yard line. So that'll be a pickup of about 6. So to bring up 2nd down and 4. Builders with the pink accents in their uniform and on the field as Wilberto Sanchez makes his way off the field. Again, Builders wearing the pink accents with their uniforms. This month is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so they wear pink in honor of that on Senior Day as the snap is taken by LaShawn, gives it to Sadler. Sadler takes the punishment and is still able to bounce outside and pick up enough for a first down as this opening drive of the second half for the Giants continues. $11:13 remaining in the third quarter. Builders with a 31-21 lead. LaShawn with the fake. Decides to just load up and throw that one out of bounds. So that's going to bring up 2nd down. Giants decide to not huddle as they get the play from their head coach. Looks like one tight end, so they're going to go with 11 personnel. The tight end is Hennigan. The setback is Sadler. Hennigan in motion. Give is to the tailback. Builders able to track him. They're going to drop him for about a half-yard loss. That's Monte. Is that Monte? Yes, that's Monte Wade on the carry. He's going to be brought down just shy of the line of scrimmage. So about a half of a yard loss on second down. So it'll bring up third down and long. So the Builders will have to pick their poison as to how they're going to stop this offense because, of course, the main two targets all day have either been Jason Nami or Johan Hennigan. Hennigan is split out. Nope, Hennigan is not even on the field as we get a time.
Keystone.
First time out of the half. Builders up 31-21. Tell you what, we will step away with them. We'll be back.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending.
31-21, third down and long for the Giants. Can the Builder defense stiffen? Nami in motion from the left to the right of the formation. Here's LaShawn. Flushes himself out of the pocket. He's going to try to pick up the first down on his own. He's going to be cut down short, well short of the first down. Nice job by the Builders on defense. Caleb Davidson able to come up from that linebacker position and take down the quarterback. And much like the first half, they decide to stay aggressive on offense. Now, keep in mind, the last time they decided to be aggressive on offense, pass got picked off by Jabari Anderson. He took it back 93 yards for a touchdown. Builders decide to play bump and run coverage in the secondary as Jay Sean is flushed out of the pocket. Wilberto Sanchez delivers the tackle. Pass still thrown. But nice job by Jabari Anderson to separate the receiver from the football. That's Jason Nami. Pass falls incomplete. Builder football. Builder showing a classic example on defensive bending but not breaking. Able to stop this high-powered offense on fourth down, and the Builder offense takes over up by 10. We're a little over midway through the third quarter here. Here's Hunt out in the flat to TK Petty. That's only his second catch of the afternoon outside of his one catch for 77 yards and a touchdown. Petty only able to pick up about a yard and a half on first down. So the Builders have to figure out a way to put some plays on this defense. Again, only 18 total plays run by the Builders in the first half as Hunt tries to look downfield, tries to find someone, and he just tries to throw it out of bounds. Now, he's okay if that made it past the line of scrimmage. He was outside the tackle box. I don't see a flag go down. So they're going to say he was outside the tackle box, and he was able to flip it forward where it went past the line of scrimmage. So you may ask, well, it went out of bounds. in football, the line of scrimmage pretty much goes on for infinity. So even though it does go out of bounds, the line of scrimmage goes past the out of bound mark, way past, out into the parking lot somewhere. So the clock stops on the incomplete pass. Hunt, pressure. Doesn't see the pressure, but he still gets the pass away. Now that's going to be a short gain, and Hunt took a shot. Pass was hauled in by Bradley Hebb. Short gain on third down. So it's going to bring up fourth down and long. So Logan Eastman is going to come on to punt this football away. Back to receive for the visitors is Isaiah Terry. Seriously doubted the Builders try anything funny here on fourth down as Eastman drives this punt downfield. Hopefully it'll take off and run. It does, but it goes out of bounds. And it's going to be marked out of bounds at the 23-yard line of the Giants. So Logan Eastman doing a pretty good job of flipping field position. Not giving Isaiah Terry an opportunity for a return. 50 plays. I can't remember the last time I've seen a stat like that where one team was able to run that many plays in a half. That's how many plays the Giants ran in the first half. Giants now with 21 personnel, 2 tight ends, 1 setback. Here's LaShawn. He's hit as he throws. Ball was up for grabs, nearly picked off by the Builders. Chase Gaines was the closest defender to the football. Chase Gaines, again, one of our seniors that was honored prior to today's game. Now, Chase Gaines has played in like 30 games for the Builders, 16 tackles for loss, 3.5 sacks, 1 interception, almost had 2 right there, 5 fumble recoveries on his career. Now, one of his biggest accomplishments is he was named to the USCAA All-Academic Team twice since he's been with this Builder program. So congratulations to Chase Gaines, one hell of a linebacker for the Builders. Wide open out in the flat. They tried to get it to Hennigan. Football sailed on the quarterback. Hennigan was unable to come up with the stop. Hennigan was unable to come up with the catch as a butterfly softly and graciously makes its way past the press box. I seriously doubt if anybody else in the stadium saw that other than me. I thought that was pretty cool. 3rd down and 10 upcoming. Builders with an opportunity to stop them here, get the football back with excellent field position to start their next drive as LaShawn looks, pressured, flushed out of the pocket. Eyes continue to stay downfield, tries to deliver the football to his tight end. Actually, there were 2 Giant defenders in the same vicinity that was Sadler and Hennigan, but the pass falls incomplete as Hennigan looks frustrated. (31-21). As Baker Green set to receive this punt from Jeremiah Ortiz, high snap. Builders nearly get on top of it. That one is going to hit, but it's going to take a very, very friendly bounce all the way from minus territory into plus territory for the Giants, and the Builders will take over this next possession at their own 43-yard line. 31-21 Builders. Will be back.
Apprentice Athletics Booster Club membership is now open for the 2024-2025 season. You can choose a general membership to support all Apprentice Athletics, or you can designate one specific sport to support. Membership is good for the entire 2024-2025 athletic year, regardless of which decision you make. Scan the QR code or visit gobuilders.com to get your membership today.
Builders start this next possession at their own 43. Low snap. So Hunt is going to fall down at his own 30, I believe 37-yard line. And if you're the Builders, yes, that is a negative play. But the worst thing that could have happened was Hunt would have fumbled that. So I commend Hunt for being able to just worry about securing possession, not the yard. So that's a pretty big loss on first down. So it looks like about looks almost like an 8-yard loss on first down. So second down and 17 upcoming for the Builders and Hunt. Hunt, middle screen to TK Petty. Blocking wasn't quite there, but they were able to pick up about 3 yards on the middle screen for TK Petty, his third catch of the day. So the Builders offense is pretty much stuck in neutral at the moment. Builders twice have been given great field position, but unable to do much of anything with putting together some plays to mount a scoring drive. As Messi flanks Hunt. Messi releases out into the flat, wide open. Hunt finds TK Petty in the middle of the field. First down, Petty. Petty around the right side. He's finally pushed out of bounds, but not before he's able to pick up enough for a Builder first down. Anthony Rozier able to push him out of bounds. So Anthony Rosser able to finally push TK Petty out of bounds, but not before he's able to convert a first down and then some on his fourth catch of the afternoon here on Senior Day. He's well over 100 yards receiving now on 4 catches as Hunt with the give up. Nope, Hunt keeps it. Hunt finds a seam. Hunt able to get upfield and into the end zone. Touchdown, Builders. 27 yards on the carry by Kendall Hunt into the end zone for a touchdown, and that score gives the Builders a little bit more breathing room in this football game. And not only did they need that to give themselves a little bit more breathing room on the scoreboard, they needed that to give a little bit more breathing room to their defense, as the Builders have now pushed their lead out to 37-21 with a point after pending. The hole, the spot, the kick, all 3 are good. 38-21 Builders lead over the Giants of Keystone College here on Senior Day. We'll step away and we'll be back.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines.
27-yard run into the end zone by Kendall Hunt pushes the Builder lead to 17 in this football game. Builders now +7 on the scoreboard out of the halftime locker room as Logan Eastman boots this one away. This return is Isaiah Terry. Terry is going to be met at the 20-yard line. He'll be stopped there. So Kendall Hunt, 2 touchdown runs on the day of 27-11, I believe. What a day for the Builders. We're literally seeing this football team really gel and grow up before our eyes. One heck of a senior day performance by this team. 38 on the scoreboard. Remember, last week they scored 60 against Lighthouse Christian, as the Builders are going to be flagged offsides. I did not see a flag come out, though, as that pass is picked off. Builders with another interception. Builders trying to return it for a touchdown. Even if it does, there's a penalty flag on the field. Builders with an opportunity to get into the end zone, running out of gas and not getting into the end zone, as another flag comes out at the end. That's probably going to be a holding penalty, but as it goes, that will be a change of possession, as Jeremiah Gainey is able to secure that pick. And if this play stands, that will be the third interception thrown today by Frankie LaShone. So there was a flag. There were two flags during the return. I thought the Builders would be whistled for an offsides penalty, but I didn't see one come out. But the Builders looked like prior to that play starting, it looked like the Builders jumped into the neutral zone. So there are currently two flags on the field. One is down around the 32-yard line, and the other one is down around the 10-yard line. Both came out during the return.
There are two penalties on the play, both on number 48, White. Holding is declined. Personal foul, blindside block will be enforced from the flag. 15 yards, it'll be first down.
So the Builders will keep possession. There were two penalties. One was declined. The one with the biggest yard mark off was accepted, which was a blindside block by the Builders. So that's going to move the football from the 10-yard line of the Giants all the way back to the 47-yard line of the Giants. That's a pretty big penalty as far as yardage wise. So Kendall Hunt with a single setback to his right. Hunt flushed up into the pocket, able to get tackled forward. He was able to pick up about a yard on the play. So from an observer standpoint, on these pass plays, the back is going out into the left and right flat. If Kendall would just do a drop-off pass to his back, he has an opportunity to do something creative with the football, but he just has to get it into his hands. That way he doesn't have to take those sacks. So here's Hunt. He throws it to him, but he throws it just a little too high to his back, who was open out of the backfield. So for the Builders, the short passing game can operate just like your running game, and if you're able to complete and they're able to stay in bounds, that keeps the clock rolling. Each one of these incomplete passes is stopping the clock, and that's what the defense wants. So now it's third down and long. Surely the defense will bring pressure. Safety, two safeties high. Stunts. Hunt able to get outside. Hunt able to pick up enough for a first down, and that's going to keep the sticks moving, and that's going to keep the clock rolling as well. First down, Builders. Hunt able to get the football down inside the 35-yard line of the Giants as the Builders try to add to this 17-point lead that they're enjoying over the Giants. Giants have been scoreless here in the second half so far. Builders taking their time. 8 seconds on the play clock. Hunt gets his back to switch sides. Montgomery. Hunt with the inside give to Montgomery. Montgomery busts up the middle of the field and is able to pick up about 13, close to 14 yards on the carry. Another first down for the Builders. Builders now just on the edge of the red zone. Builders again up by 17. Trying to put this one away here in the third quarter. Inside give to Montgomery. Montgomery able to bounce it outside. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Taylor. I thought that was Montgomery. My apologies to his family. So Taylor's starting to heat up here late in the third quarter. 2 nice runs. The last one went for 14 prior to that carry. That carry went for about 7. So that's 2 carries, about 21 yards. Builders can pick up a first down without scoring here. 2 minutes remaining in the third. Here's Taylor. Taylor. I think Taylor surged ahead enough for a first down. He got down to the 9-yard line, and the Builders will now be first and goal. .135 remaining in the third quarter. Builders, 3 wide receivers to the left of Hunt, single wide receiver 101 to his right. Hunt fakes the give inside, decides to keep. Hunt able to use his big frame to move from the 9 to the 5-yard line. It'll still be second and goal upcoming for the Builders as the Builders continue to eat up clock here in this third quarter. If the Builders are able to hang one more score on the Giants, you have to believe that the Giants will not get enough possessions between now and the end of this football game to win it. But we've seen crazier things happen in football before. So 3 wide receiver set, single setback, 1 tight end. Tight end in motion. Give. Here's Taylor. Taylor trying to get the edge. He does. Touchdown! Builders! 5-yard touchdown run by Taylor. And that pushes the Builder lead to 44-21, 23-point lead now for the home team here on Senior Day. Builders now plus 13 out of the locker room as Logan Eastman comes on to attempt the point after. The hold, the snap, and the kick, all 3 are good. 45-21, 27 seconds remaining in the third. We'll be back.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
27 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Man, if y'all could just be in the press box with us, man, I tell you, man, the stuff that we talk about in this place is nuts. Oh, it's all about barbecue sandwiches and being in people's pockets and stuff, man. So you folks will want to know about that. Kickoff goes into the end zone. That's a touchback. Right, the barbecue sandwich. Yeah, yeah. Maybe I need to give more context to what we're laughing about. Oh my gosh, man. For all the kids' parents who are listening to this broadcast, we do apologize. We are professionals. Builders with a huge lead now over the visiting Giants of Keystone College out of La Plume, Pennsylvania. So for the Builders, playing defense for the rest of this game should be pretty freaking easy as the Builders just pin their ears back and just come after this offense. As Sadler, I believe, is going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage, it looks like. So he loses about a yard and a half on the play. So 2nd and 11 upcoming as the clock is going to tick down to the end of the third quarter. End of 3 here at the Apprentice Athletic Center. Builders on top, 45-21 on senior day. We'll be back.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
We're about to start the fourth quarter here at the Apprentice Athletic Center. Howard McCain coming to you live from the Jimmy Wilson Press Box. Dave Davenport is our engineer producer. Want to thank Dave for his efforts this afternoon and every afternoon to bring you all these broadcasts and the high quality, I mean the super high quality play-by-play that you get from myself. Final 15 minutes of the football game here on senior day as that pass goes to Jason Nami, who has just had a phenomenal day catching the football for the Giants. You have to give credit where credit is due. He is a really, really good football player. He's able to pick up about 6 on the play, so to bring up 2nd down and about 4. Sorry, he picked up about 3. You know what? Let's say a long 3. How about that? It's going to bring up about 2nd and about 7 upcoming as the play clock is at 10. Frankie LaShawn with Sadler flanked to his right. We don't anticipate them running the football a lot, but hey, just as I say that, the give is to Sadler up the middle. Wilberto Sanchez comes crawling out of the formation with the cleats on that I'm telling you, man, we can all see sparkle from here. One of the seniors that was honored today. Again, Wilberto from right here in Newport News. 29 tackles, 2 sacks, 7 tackles for loss in his career as he continued to add to those numbers this afternoon against a very offensive-minded Giants football team as Jeremiah Ortiz comes on to punt this one away. Play clock now is at 5. I don't think they're going to get this one off. Play clock is at 0, and the officials stop the clock. That is going to be I think they may have called a timeout prior to the play clock expiring. So that'll be the first timeout
For the
expiration. Second half.
We have a timeout.
While they take a timeout, we'll do so as well. 45-21.
Apprentice Athletics Booster Club membership is now open for the 2024-2025 season. You can choose a general membership to support all Apprentice Athletics, or you can designate one specific sport to support. Membership is good for the entire 2024-2025 athletic year, regardless of which decision you make. Scan the QR code or visit gobuilders.com to get your membership today.
$13:33 left in today's football game. It's been a good one. It has been a fun one. It has been so good to be back with you all after such a long absence between the Builders playing on the road and forfeits and all that kind of stuff. So Jeremiah Ortiz is back to punt this one away. Baker Green looks for it, needed just one more block to get upfield, but instead he's going to be brought down around the 40, looks like the 48-yard line. I'm sorry, the 38-yard line. 38-yard line. There's a player still down on the turf. Tell you what, he's up and walking off the field. That's Isaiah Terry. He returns punts for the Giants. So the Builders, with a commanding 24-point lead over the Giants of Keystone College, trot their offense back onto the field with our starting quarterback, Kendall Hunt. Kendall Hunt responsible for 2 touchdowns on today with his feet alone. Builders also 2 defensive touchdowns, 1 special teams touchdown in this contest as a new running back is into the backfield for the Builders. That is Malachi Mitchell. We haven't really seen much of him this afternoon, but towards the end of that play, there is a flag. Now, the Builders were signaling that the flag was on the Giants, so we'll get the call here momentarily. Here's Pat Ryan.
Got personal foul, illegal blindside block, 52 on the defense. 15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the run. First down.
So that's the second illegal blindside block that has happened here late in this football game. So guys are starting to get a little chippy out here on this football field. So that pushes the football deeper into Giant territory. The 35-yard line, Builders first down. Builders come out with 2 setbacks. Mitchell and Taylor to the left. And nope, I'm sorry, that's Messi as Messi goes in motion. Middle screen to TK Petty. Petty unable to break that tackle. Had he been able to do so, he'd probably still be running now. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not TK Petty. That is Isaiah Townsend. So Isaiah Townsend able to pick up about 5. That pushes the football to the 30-yard line. Clock continues to roll. Builders still holding to a 24-point lead. Builders will be back in conference action next week as this middle handoff goes to the fullback, Malachi Mitchell. Again, 5'9", 220 pounds. So Mitchell is going to be brought down just short by about a yard of the first down. Is going to bring up 3rd down and short. The entire playbook is wide open for the Builders on this play. So if giving it to Mitchell has been fruitful, then why should you go to anything else? As he and Messi switch sides. Play clock is at 7. Play clock is at 4, 3, 2. Builders just barely get it off as that pass, was it caught? It was bobbled and caught. Isaiah Townsend was able to go down and dig that one out before it hit the turf. It shot up in the air, but it shot forward. Well, actually, it shot upfield And he was able to grab it while it was going upfield and was able to pick up just enough on the catch for a first down. So that keeps the clock rolling. Builders continue this drive as Hunt goes all the way over to the sideline to get the call. They have to hurry. Play clock is now at 7. Hunt gets it out to Townsend again. Townsend able to pick up, I think, about maybe 2. He was tackled in bounds, so the clock continues to run. Builders in no hurry, none whatsoever. And if you are the Builders, you don't snap this football until that play clock is in single digits for the remainder of this drive. No hurry, you're up by 3 scores in this football game. As pressure comes to Hunt. Hunt able to sidestep it, gets it to Townsend. Townsend makes his way through the defense, and he isn't stopped until he's brought down inside the 5-yard line. First and goal, Builders. So Builders with another opportunity to not only score, but they continue to eat up clock. 9.5 minutes remaining. 2 setbacks in the backfield with Hunt. Hunt gives to Mitchell. Mitchell slams his way down inside the 5-yard line down to, looks like right at the goal line. You know what would be cool? If the Builders would do a tush push. The single most hated play in the NFL, it would be so cool if the Builders would do that. Just put Kendall Hunt. Kendall Hunt takes the snap. Kendall decides to try to do it himself. He's not going to get there. As a matter of fact, he lost about a half of a yard. So the football comes away from the goal line, and it looks like it's right at about the 1.5-yard line. So good point here in the press box. Even though he didn't get in, the clock continues to roll. Builders want to try to shorten this football game as much as they possibly can. I believe this will be another run by Hunt. Nope. Hunt. Interception. Ill-advised pass by Hunt. Ill-advised pass. You can see Hunt double clutch that pass. If you're not sure that you should throw it, then conventional wisdom tell you don't throw it. But instead, that he threw it into triple coverage. Football gets picked. So for the Builders, that's not the worst thing in the world. Right now, the Builders have enough points to win this football game. The Builders' only enemy right now in this contest is the clock. So they did a fantastic job of mounting a drive that held the ball long enough to eat up substantial time on the clock. So the scoreboard isn't their enemy, the clock is. So although it goes down as a turnover, it's really not that bad of a turnover. As the running back for the Giants fumbles, he's able to jump back on it himself, but there's going to be a loss on the play. So it's going to be a loss on the play of about 2-3 yards maybe. But that does keep the clock rolling. That was Deshaun Williams with the carry, able to jump back on his own fumble. As Frankie LaShawn sends his receiver, Nami, in motion. Nami, football around his ankles, unable to grab it. Builders pick it up and run it to the end zone as if it was a lateral. It wasn't. It was a forward pass. So that does stop the clock now. One of the few passes Nami has not been able to catch all day. Because I don't know what that kid's catch radius is, but it's pretty wide. He has been like a vacuum all day from the wide receiver position. Again, I'm just impressed. Another one of our seniors that was honored today, that's Nathan Jedlick. Now, you didn't hear his name called much because Nathan plays on the offensive line as LaShawn launches. Behind the defense is his receiver, his favorite receiver, Nami, but Nami was unable to track it down. He did get behind coverage, but that one is going to fall incomplete. That's going to bring up now 4th down and long. So Keystone is going to sit on the punting unit with Jeremiah Ortiz. And the Builders are going to send Blake Green back to receive. Now, Nathan Jedlick, again, we haven't called his name at all today because Nathan Jedlick plays left tackle for the Builders. He was another one of our honorees today on Senior Day as the play clock is now at 5. Ortiz gets it away. Several flags come out almost immediately as Green able to find an alley, able to get into plus territory deep into Giant territory. Let's see where they put it down. But first, we're going to have to figure out these flags. So the ball is going to be put down inside the 30-yard line. At least I believe. Okay, it looks like we're going to have a re-kick because the umpire is taking the ball all the way back to the original line of scrimmage. Now, the flags were dropped way back here around the 50-yard line. So were there too many players on the field or?
We have illegal substitution on the defense, 12 men on the field. It's a re-kick.
Okay, so the Builders decide to take the 5 yards and have them re-kick it. But, man, I thought the Builders got incredibly good field position. Oh, it was on us. Okay, sorry. It was on the defense. That was on us. Ortiz. So that penalty essentially is going to cost the Builders almost 25 yards of field position with that illegal substitution penalty. But again, for the Builders, the scoreboard isn't their enemy. It's the remaining 6 minutes and 23 seconds. That's the Builders' foe right now. They want to get that off the clock so we can get out of here with this win. So Kendall Hunt and the offense. Back on the field. Hicks in the backfield. Hicks. Inside handoff, able to get outside, but he's going to pick up only about a yard or so on the play. As you can start to see some of the energy getting a little bit low with this Keystone defense. Guys are really slow to get into their stances, really slow to get to their position on the field. As the Builders continue to wait and snap this football once the play clock is in single digits, as Hunt gets it out to his wide receiver out in the flat. That's Bradley Hebb. Hebb able to get upfield. Looks like he may have picked up about 8 on the play, as we have 2 Giants that are down on the field. Clock stop with 5.5 seconds, 5.5 minutes left. We'll take a break. We'll be back.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
The good news, both players for the Giants are up, and you can see them running off the field under their own power. One of the players is Nicholas, I think that's DeFrancesco, and also I think that's Makai Allen. So both players able to make their way off of the field. So that's always a good sign. As Hunt in the offense start back up again. As Hunt, I'm sorry, that's not Hunt. That is Hicks. That is Hicks up the middle. And I think Hicks may have picked up enough for a first down. And another Giant is down on the ground, rolling, grabbing at his knee. So tell you what, we'll give the trainers an opportunity to take a look at him. We'll be back.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
.5:12 remaining in the football game as the Giants player that was down on the turf prior to the stoppage is slowly making his way off the field. That's James Craig, 6'2", 215-pound sophomore linebacker. So as you can see from the pictures, he is able to make it off of the field with some assistance, but that's still an encouraging sign. Clock starts 5:07 left in this game on senior day. 4 receiver set as the play clock is at a lot. Here's Hicks. Hicks finds a crease and is able to get upfield for positive yards on first down. Looks like he picked up about 5, close to 6. So the football will be placed down at the 32-yard line of the Giants. Drive continues, 4.5 minutes left. Builders trying to go ahead and put the cap on this one. I mean, with a 24-point lead with under 5 minutes left to go, Builders pretty much in the driver's seat. The handoff inside again goes to Hicks. Hicks able to pick up looks like about another 3 on the play. It's going to make it now 3rd and short. So theoretically, each first down that a offense is able to pick up, they have an opportunity to take at least 2 minutes off the play clock, depending on how they use off the game clock, depending on how they use the play clock. So if the Builders are able to pick up a first down, they can hold the football at least until the 2-minute timeout. Hunt to Hicks. Hicks able to get to the outside, just stay in bounds. Now, he did go out of bounds on his own, and I believe that's going to stop the clock. So the clock, so the clock continues to run. So again, the Builders with an opportunity to bleed 2 more minutes off that clock. If they use the play clock correctly. We're now at 3 minutes remaining in the contest here on Senior Day. Nathan Jetlick at left tackle is one of the seniors that has been honored today as that handoff goes up the middle. Just a simple halfback dive. Picks up about 3 yards on first down. As Nathan Jetlick, again, he helped anchor this offensive line pretty much his entire career. Has helped the Builders average at around 33.6 points per game during his time on the offensive line. Again, one of his major accomplishments is that he was named to 2 USCAA all-academic teams in his career. So, again, another fantastic career for Nathan Jetlick as we get down to close to the 2-minute timeout. Out of Virginia Beach, Nathan Jetlick. Congratulations on Senior Day to Nathan Jetlick as we hit the 2-minute timeout. They'll take one. We'll take one too. 45-21 Builders.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
Builders back on the field after the 2-minute timeout. New quarterback into the contest is Bryce Davis. So Kendall Hunt's afternoon is finished as Bryce Davis decides to get in on the fun. He's able to take the football inside the 10-yard line. And that marks the 38th play of the second half for the Builders. I told you earlier, as we were coming out of the halftime locker room, that the Giants, they ran 50 plays in the first half. In the second half, 16. Builders, 39 plays, Giants, 16. So that is a tale of two halves. We're now under a minute and a half left in this football game as the give goes back inside to Alvin Hicks. Hicks is driven back, but he is going to make it back, I believe, to the line of scrimmage. May have picked up maybe 1 yard, maybe. So it's now second down. Builders can just run a couple of plays, and the football game or the clock essentially is bled. So it's second down. Game clock is at 49. So the Builders can just run this play. And the Builders probably going to get whistled for a false start. So Hicks got started just a little bit early. So we'll hear from Ryan Hicks. Ryan Hicks, my God. You can tell it's time for me to go. Pat Ryan will give us a call.
False start, the offense, 5-yard penalty.
Okay, so there's nothing about a 10-second runoff. So the Builders are going to go into victory formation and take a knee here, and that will run out the clock. As Kendall Hunt gets an opportunity to come in and finish off the football game with his football team. I think that's a very, very good call. He has been instrumental in helping the Builders win this football game today as we get another stoppage. Somehow this last 38 seconds have turned into like 5 minutes as the administrative duties are getting done. Okay. As the Builders get set to take a knee in victory formation, and there it is. So that essentially, ladies and gentlemen, is how the football game will end. What a football game this afternoon on Senior Day. The Builders putting on an offensive, defensive, and special team show for the home crowd. Builders scored 3 touchdowns, 2 on defense, 1 on special teams, and it took the legs of Kendall Hunt on another couple of drives to get into the end zone to salt this thing away. Game clock now is about to hit 0. The Builders on Senior Day are going to get out of here with a 45-21 victory over the Giants of Keystone College out of La Plume, Pennsylvania. For Coach Vincent Brown, he picks up his 24th victory of the season. Of his career. Builders go to over 500 on the season. Builders stay perfect in conference play. Next week, the Builders will be back here to take on Barber Scotia. That will be a conference game where the Builders will look to go to 3-0 in conference in hopes of making it to the NSAC championship game in November. For Dave Davenport, I am Howard McCain. We want to thank you for joining us as the Builders take home this victory by a score of 45-21. We'll be back next week right here to take on Barber Scotia. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. And remember, this is Builder Football.